Games will cost $80 for digital, $90 for physical. And so began the Great Pirate Era. Guys, I slept wrong, and my back hurts now. Me, trying to sneak around quietly, to not wake up family. Ankle pops loudly. Now all of China knows you're here. How it feels flashing my headlights at cars, after I pass a cop. When I'm in a lifeless cash grab competition, and my opponent is Nintendo Switch 2. The life of people you call cringe. Your life. Shareholders, you think this is funny? Me, with no investments. Let me make this clear. You're not their father. Just because you pay for their education and we live in your house and eat your food, it doesn't mean you can tell them what to do. Vivzipop, Melesse is a very serious topic that almost never gets taken seriously when it's depicted at all. Also Vivzipop. I'm the dumbest man alive. I once taught the rules of chess to a complete newbie and lost against him in a practice match. You're clearly dumber. Jesus, seeing how much Mario Kart World costs. Start the rapture. Me, wanting to play Split Fiction. Oh, right, I'm single. My brain when someone uses two negative words in a single sentence. Checking out eat girls on Instagram. When your girlfriend checks your phone and Instagram suggests exactly that. When you try to fix the fourth thing that fell because of the third thing, but that only makes the fifth thing fall. This guy gave out free candy, but made the poorest kid in town pay up. Color television was invented in 1953. Television before 1953. Y'all got any hard games? We got bad controls. People arguing over the video game price hike. Me with a huge back catalog of games I haven't started that I bought on sale. Your friend borrowing money from you. Your friend when you want your money back. Me in the afterlife explaining anxiety to a Mongolian warrior who saw his entire village destroyed at age 6. Me going to watch the new Devil May Cry on Netflix. Show start with what if demons were minorities and misunderstood. People that drink milk to sleep. People that drink tea to sleep. People that drinks coffee to sleep. Octagon. Hexagon. Pentagon. Portfolio gone. You can't keep skipping our meetings. Not to worry, I have a permit. Your meetings are always pointless. When you accidentally type we are instead of wrong. When you find out Trump put a 10% tariff on your island. Honey, what do you mean when you say that they don't look like you? They look exactly like you. Other countries pre-ordering the Switch 2. Canada with $800 Canadian pre-order prices. USA with delayed pre-orders. When you helped out your bro grab the 10/10 baddie, but now he left you. Trade offer. I receive money. You receive cheap garbage that looks fancy. Seals. Sea doggies. Started gymming to impress girls. Now I'm friend-zoned as a strong brother. I'm a victim of my own success. Police trying to capture criminals by posing as dog sellers be like, I'm not in danger. I'm the danger. That's me. Gasp. That's literally me. RTX off. RTX on. Household tasks. Steering clear of them for as long as you can. Me trying to sleep. The thought of that one embarrassing thing I did back in 2019. My Slexa teacher, eventually, you will all want to have Slex. Me, 10 years later, those bastards lied to me. The Godfather. Can't you do something about your superiority complex? A Minecraft movie. But I'm superior. When the boss asks who wants more work, I've got all I can handle. I feel sick. I'm going on leave. If I had a nickel for every character named V that I know, I would have 5 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened 5 times. Boss music plays. Me checking if my crush likes me back. when she told you how much she appreciates you for being there during her abusive relationship, and just 1 month later, she uploads an ultrasound. I've never seen so many people upset about a policy I didn't read. POV, you find out there's no more toilet paper, but you already went. Me rearranging furniture at 2 AM to feel something. POV, I'm watching my Nordic fiancé finally bring a bit of home with her to our Australian vacation. My playlist. My crush's playlist. Me. Clicking play on a video. Video above starts playing. My favorite part of the new Tron is when Jared Leto says, "Let's get it, Tron." When you try to imagine yourself walking up several steps, but your brain keeps adding more steps. That high desert life be like. How nicotine and coffee look at me in the morning. How whiskey and nicotine look at me at 1:39 AM. When you finally understand what is happening in class, so you start discussing answers with the nerds. A YouTuber's voice is more important than their quality or content. Change my mind. Keyboards, while typing, while gaming. Schools when it comes to implementing reforms and protocols that were meant to help students and learning, and generally making life for everyone easier. Also said schools when implementing reforms that does nothing but implement stricter rules and generally making everyone miserable. When you go into someone's home and their smoke detector is beeping, internal screaming. Newest round of modifications to Air Force One completed. How bro looks at me when I'm presenting in front of the whole class. Loading the plane from front to back. Loading the plane from back to front. Using incognito mode. Searching something dumb and embarrassing. Searching pun. How I drive after surpassing the dumb ace going 60 on a 60. He's clearly in the wrong here. The average 8-year-old when he sees a couple kissing. 4 years she's been on about an en-suite. Finally I gave in, but is she happy? Everyone reloading their weapons. Me reloading my medication box. Mario Kart is $80. Me who was gaming in the 90s. Entering a hotel room and you accidentally taken a deep breath of that distinct concentrated lemongrass smell. Buy all the parts needed to build a PC. Build and wire the PC and install Windows. Try to delete a useless 30 GB folder. Windows, you don't have administrator permission to delete this folder. Me spending all of my money on the most powerful tool that is actually useless. Worst mistake of my life. Main character in story-driven show. Episode about peace and quiet. Deadly villain. Norwegians watching the thing in dub, realizing why the storyline didn't make any sense. The AI we got. The AI I was hoping for since I was a kid. Games journalists reports GTA 6 will cost $100. Nintendo. When I'm on my way to the office thinking I'm getting picked up, but I see my friend group. My ace. Did you really think it was just gonna be a dart? Me. Kinda. Girls in December 1st. Boys in December 1st. Bro. I'm not afraid of anything. Me. Showing him about taxes. Being responsible for his own actions from now on. Making a contribution to his community. Improve his well-being. And etc. Bro. Never ask a woman her age. Never ask a man his salary. Never ask Keisha what you bringing to the table. How humidifier works. How dehumidifier works. Humor is like scene. The darker it gets, the less people like it. If you want a more powerful console, you need to pay more money. If those kids could read, they'd be very upset. People hating on me online. Me, an Indian, trying to figure out what I did. ChatGPT GPUs. Users creating Ghibli images. Trade offer. I receive money. You receive nothing. Nintendo got with the times and started to make better consoles. Everyone. Dr. Pepper is disgusting. Change my mind. The lesbian in the line at Walmart, checking out your girl. Woman loses 10 years of memories after she peeped with excessive force. Is it possible to learn this power? Wanna buy a graham cracker? A gram of what? You're eating microplastics. I'm eating macroplastics. We are not the same. When you get sober at age 30 and don't even know who you are, so you pick up where you left off as a teenager. When you're straight, but your guy friend has crush on everybody except you. When you click your girlfriend's ace and it tastes like your friend's clock. Game saved. But now I can close the game. Are you sure you want to quit? You will lose any unsaved progress. Date, I'm looking for a mature man. Me, nervous laugh. Yeah, maturity is important. Barista, I have a coffee for Mr. Fondle Mabbles. Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run. Or, face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Face everything and rise. Forget everything and run. You have 24 hours to eat us. And to show you we're serious, you have 12 hours. 95% of our generation will allow genitals in their mouth, but refuse to eat this part of the banana. When my dog wants attention, he gently bites a piece of furniture, holds perfectly still, and makes aggressive eye contact. It's pretty weird and very funny. Also it works. Girls tend to stutter due to nervousness when speaking to someone attractive. Girls when they talk to me. Surgeons operating with a mask on for 20 hours. Karens shopping with a mask on for 20 minutes. Kay Adams with her first grade class, 2002. Now her first graders are seniors, 2013. An average guy living in the city gets a powerful item stuck to his back, resulting in him crossing paths with a mysterious punk named Lucy who introduces him to a group of wacky new friends, all while they evade the authorities and fight against the gigantic mega corporation that owns the world. A rural Japanese town under siege by monkeys is defended by 3 elderly women armed with their guns who call themselves the Monkey Busters. I'd bench watch the hell out of this if it was an ongoing reality show. These no snow skiing in the car when kids are in it laws are ridiculous. I mean look at him, freezing his little ace off out there. Mothers, your daughter's 4, right? No, she's 3. I only had her in 2017. Dads, how old's your son again? I don't know. Taxes. $2.04 billion Powerball winner takes home $628 million after taxes. Aren't the tickets already taxed? What do you need all this money for? You know, healthcare and stuff. Americans born on February 29th, when they turn 21 and finally are allowed to drink. It's been 84 years. A very heart-touching story. This homeless kid wanted to take a picture with his favorite K-pop girl band Blackpink, but security guards didn't let him in. The band member saw him and told the security guards to let him in. Then they took this picture. A German man who returned a $4.7 million check to the candy company Haribo after he found it on a train was given a few packages of candy for his reward. My friendship circle over the years. 2017. 2018. 2019. 2020. 2021. Do you have any history of mental illness in your family? My son spends money in a game that he says is free. Okay, just had a talk with my boyfriend where I was like sometimes I get so excited while reading my eyes, skip over entire paragraphs, and then I have to like force myself to stop reading and go back to read the parts I missed. And he was like, no one does that. Please tell me I'm not alone. Oh Panzer of the Lake, what is your wisdom? Percentages are reversible. So 6% of 50 is equal to 50% of 6, which is much easier to calculate. Would you rather get paid $1 million right now or $50 every month for the rest of your life? I'll take option B. That's what passive income is. Find a way to make passive income. It'll change your life. Anybody do transplants? Transplant doctor here. It actually might work due to the genetic overlap humans and whales have within the mammalian class. Additionally, you may be a prime candidate for a transplant, since your mom is a whale. Hey, are you interested in my OnlyFans or Snapchat Premium? No, I know how to Google Neek women. That guy be like, anti-simp rounds, anti-simp rounds. I want to finance those next 4 years in college personally and help you. Okay. Do it for you and keep that dream alive one day of owning your bakery. And then when your bakery is open, all I want back is a loaf of bread. Flight Simulator AI Co-Pilot. You can always exit this flight by pressing the escape. My AI co-pilot watching me heading towards the canyons. Monster tumor grows brain. In 2002, a 25-year-old Birgen in Japan was having surgery to remove an ovarian cyst. The doctors instead found a doll-like structure which turned out to be a homunculus, or a fetus-like tumor. This tumor has grown a brain, an eye with eyelashes, an ear, teeth, spinal nerves, thyroid gland, bones, a gut, a trachea, blood vessels, and phallic tissue. Princess Martha Louise of Norway, who has long claimed to be clairvoyant, has quit her royal duties over public criticism of her fiancé, an American celebrity shaman who sells a $222 healing amulet, and has suggested answer as a choice. Norwegian princess engaged to a shaman gives up her royal duties. Incognito mode users. Pun. Watching a YouTube video on a subject and not getting recommendations solely about it for the next 2 years. Dragon Ball Evolution, the Internet Movie Database rating, 2.6/10, 75k. Velma, the Internet Movie Database rating, 1.7/10, 70k. Boys, what did the girls do with the time machine? Probably visit their grandma. Girls, LMAO, it's even funnier the second time. At VW told us that they supported our right to protest, but they refused our request to provide us with a bowl to urinate and defecate in a decent manner while we are glued and have turned off the heating. People in support can't get out of the building. They're demolishing a building on my street and my 90-year-old neighbor is full of glee because they don't know what's in the cellars. Love is really strong, but a single seat, twin engine, all-weather stealth tactical fighter aircraft is stronger. Yo, what the duck? Just saw a stat that said only 30 to 50% of people have an internal dialogue. There's really 50% plus of the population out here walking around with nothing going on in their head. Everything is starting to make much more sense. The chemistry teacher stopping the police arresting me for making moth, since I'm wearing safety goggles. Hull up. Let him cook. Hawaii. Scuba diver hospitalized after his pens get stuck in a giant clam. Pahala, Hawaii. A scuba diver is being hospitalized at Kauai Hospital on the island of Hawaii after he inserted his pens into a giant clam while recreational diving. Dear Steve, I hope you're happy with her. Now the whole town will know what a filthy cheater you are. From Jenny. P.S. I bought this ad using your credit card. When you realize you grew up to be the Grinch. Am I just eating because I'm bored? Help me, I'm feeling. I guess I could use a little social interaction. 7 o'clock, wrestle with my self-loathing. I'm booked. My favorite part in Pretty Woman is her joy when he agrees to pay $3,000 for 6 days, effectively lowering her rate from $100 per hour to $21 per hour. Got any fatherly advice for me? You don't need to give your opinion on every single damn thing. If you don't really know much about the topic, it's perfectly fine to just shut the duck up. I loved growing up with the internet in the early 2000s. I played flash games. I took care of Neopets. I saw a beheading video game when I was 12. I made friends on MySpace. Stephen Elgin. The next quote is a lie. Christian Falcon. Christian Falcon. The previous quote is telling the truth. Steve Elgin. If you love someone, set them free. If you hate someone, set them free. Basically set everyone free and get a dog. People are stupid. It's actually crazy we figured out how to grow real diamonds that are cheaper and better quality than the real thing. And so many people are still like, no thanks. The suffering is what makes it special. Hey, I see I got banned. I just want to know what I did so I don't make the same mistake elsewhere. Cheers. Me. Mods. Eventually there will be a baby who can withstand the 145-degree interior of an aging minivan. It's called devolution. We just have to keep trying. I'm so glad Gaga became a legend. I remember in high school my math teacher was like, let's see where she is in 10 years. And here we are, 10 years later with Gaga being a legend and my math teacher being in jail for sleeping with students. Bless. Did you buy popcorn for Endgame? Yes. What did it cost? A month's wages. This is definitely the most bizarre question I have ever seen on a job application. You've been given an elephant. You can't give it away or sell it. What would you do with the elephant? Your answer. This is a required question. Submit. I got fired from my tech job from Silicon Valley. Now what I'm supposed to do with all this free time? And $1 million severance package? Oh yeah, I got fired from my job at the plant because the toxic fumes made me narcoleptic. But honestly I need a couple weeks break before they hire me again just with less benefits.